one careless insult, one legendary name, and a biker moment so intense the entire internet froze. Before the story begins, if you love dark, emotional rock legend stories, subscribe to our channel, Voices of Darkness. Like this video and share it with your friends who respect real music and real legends. A young biker insulted Ozzy Osbourne. The Hells Angels' reaction went viral. The night smelled of gasoline, old leather, and electricity. That kind of electricity that crackles in the air before something unforgettable happens. Ozzy Osbourne stood backstage at the edge of the arena, not under the spotlight, but just close enough to feel its warmth. The crowd roared his name in waves, chanting it like a prayer passed down through generations. Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy. At 70+ years old, Ozzy didn't move the way he once did. His body carried decades of scars, some from accidents, some from battles the world never saw. His hands trembled slightly, not from fear, but from time. Yet his eyes still carried storms. Tonight was special, not because it was sold out, not because cameras were everywhere, but because the Hells Angels were in the crowd. They hadn't come for publicity. They never did. They came because for many of them, Ozzy Osbourne wasn't just music, he was survival. The biker who spoke to LOUD outside the arena. Engines growled like distant thunder. A line of motorcycles, Harleys, customized beasts of steel stood like guards at a fortress. Jackets with the Hells Angels MC patch caught the neon lights. Among them was Tyler. 22, new vest, ego bigger than his experience. Tyler leaned against his bike, laughing too loudly, drinking too fast. He had joined the scene recently, not the club, but the culture. He loved the image, the noise, the fear it gave others, but respect. That he hadn't learned yet. Someone mentioned Ozzy. An older biker smiled softly. Man saved my life without ever knowing my name. Tyler scoffed. That old guy. Come on, Tyler said, voice sharp, careless. He's just some washed-up junkie who got lucky. Barely stands now. Why do grown men worship him? The laughter died instantly. Engines went silent. A few bikers slowly turned their heads. One of them, Reaper, stood up 6-foot-4. Gray beard, eyes that had buried friends. Reaper didn't shout. He didn't threaten. He just said quietly, "You got no idea who you just talked about." Tyler smirked. "I'm just saying the truth." That was the moment. The moment the air changed. What Ozzy meant to THM. Reaper walked closer, not aggressive, just heavy. Every step carried years of roads traveled, funerals attended, and nights survived. "You know why we're here?" Reaper asked. Tyler shrugged. "For the show." Reaper shook his head slowly. "When I was 16, my old man beat my mother half to death," he said. "I slept in a garage with nothing but a broken radio." He paused. "One night, Crazy Train came on. I didn't know who Ozzy was, but for 4 minutes, I wasn't alone anymore." Other bikers stepped closer. One spoke up. "After Vietnam, I couldn't sleep. Mama, I'm coming home was the only thing that stopped my hands from shaking." Another added, "I buried my brother, played changes at his grave." Reaper looked Tyler straight in the eyes. "Ozzy didn't sing to be perfect. He sang to survive, same as us." Tyler opened his mouth and stopped, because at that exact moment, the arena doors opened and Ozzy Osbourne stepped into view. The legend walks walks slowly, assisted but proud. His black coat flowed behind him. The crowd inside erupted louder as word spread. Someone yelled his name. Ozzy raised a trembling hand, and then his eyes met the bikers. Not fear. Recognition. He nodded. Reaper placed his fist over his heart. So did every Hells Angel behind him. Tyler felt something twist in his chest. Ozzy paused. He noticed Tyler, noticed the confusion, the shame, the boy who didn't yet understand weight. Ozzy smiled faintly. That smile carried decades of pain, mistakes, survival, and forgiveness. Then Ozzy whispered, barely audible, "Take care of each other," and walked inside. Tyler didn't laugh anymore. The insult that came back the show was unreal. Ozzy's voice wasn't perfect. It was real. Every lyric felt lived in, every pause heavy. When Ozzy sang Changes, the entire arena sang with him, grown men crying without shame. Tyler stood frozen. He didn't cheer, he didn't record, he just watched. Halfway through the show, Tyler turned to Reaper. "I didn't know," he said quietly. Reaper didn't answer. After the final song, the crowd exploded. Ozzy bowed slowly, exhausted but smiling. Back outside, cameras rolled. Someone had recorded Tyler's insult earlier. It was already online. Comments flooded in, but what happened next made it viral. The Hells Angels, R.E.S. Poen, Sea Reaper, stepped in front of the camera. No threats, no violence, just truth. Ozzy Osbourne saved more broken souls than most people ever will, he said. If you disrespect that, you disrespect every survivor still breathing because of his music. Another biker added, you don't earn a patch by mocking legends. You earn it by understanding them. Then Reaper placed an old, worn vinyl record on Tyler's bike. Blizzard of Oz. Listen, he said. Really, listen. The video ended there. The internet, erupts millions of views. Comments poured in. This is what respect looks like. Ozzy didn't need defending his legacy, did. I cried watching bikers talk about music like this. Tyler deleted his account, but the story didn't end there. One last MOA and, weeks later, Tyler returned, not with an ego. With humility, he stood at a small memorial outside the arena. Fans had left candles, records, letters. Tyler placed one note down. I was wrong. Thank you for the music. Reaper watched from a distance and nodded. Why this story, MITTR, as Ozzy Osbourne, isn't just a rock star. He's proof that broken people can become legends, that pain can become sound, that survival can echo forever. If you love Ozzy Osbourne, share this video right now. Help us complete our 1,000 subscribers target on Voices of Darkness. Like the video, subscribe, and prove your love for the legends who saved us with music. Comment if Ozzy's music ever helped you survive. Because legends never die, they echo.